Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, Carlos Let's Cook. And today we're having an apple tart, and it's lovely, it's delicious. Just stick around and I'm gonna show you how I made it. And subscribe to the channel so you can have more videos coming up. Thank you. Okay guys, now we're gonna do an apple tart, or as we call it, tarte de maçã in Portugal. And today I'm doing this recipe for a friend of mine, which he asked me to do this one, which is Marco. So this is for you. We're gonna do apple tart today. So I have already the apples, some of them sliced in here, already peeled them. So I'm just gonna show you chop the first bit there, and then you slice them not too thin but not too thick either. So I would say about 3-4 millimeters thick, and then you just cut all of them like that, and then the ends there we just leave all of them in there so we can just chop them afterwards to put it in there as well in the mix. So we're slicing this one. Hello lady, we got the little dog just sniffing around. Hey, she's not coming up on camera. Okay, so we got the apples there, and then what we do, we just chop them up. Don't need them too thin, you can just leave them a bit chunky. Okay, so that should be alright. Okay, let's do the mix. Okay, the mix, we have 3 eggs in here, and then we're gonna do 200 grams of flour. You can use gluten-free flour if you want, if people got any allergies, or you can use the normal flour, organic flour, either one. And you can use self-raising, or you can use the normal plain flour, and then just add a teaspoon of baking powder at the end. We'll do the same thing. Okay, so we have 200 grams of flour, and then you need 200 grams of sugar, then we need 100 grams of butter. Okay, got 100 grams in there. And then you just need some butter to put on the tray there as well. And then you add a little bit of cinnamon as well. Okay, and then you can move the scales out, and then add the 3 eggs in there. Just mix all of this up. Almost forgot, I made a teaspoon of the baking powder. Just a bit less than a spoon. So you can mix it all up now. Make sure you mix all the butter in there with the flour and the sugar, so you don't have any lumps. And depending on the flour you're using, maybe you need 4 eggs instead of 3. All depends how much the size of the eggs as well, so you just keep in mind you don't need too much egg, just in case. And if you get it, you know, too dry or too wet, so you can see like this texture in here, you can see that's fine. It's only 2 eggs, but depending on the size of the eggs, if you go small eggs or medium eggs or large eggs, then you can just adjust the amount of eggs you're going to need for the mix. Okay, we got that done now, so we can add the chopped apples in there as well in the mix, because I'll give it a nice texture as well and flavor in there. I'm using normal cooking apples, but you can use the ones we normally use for this one is the rosettes, which is the best apples to do this tart. As we use in Portugal, we call it maçã vaineta, but you can use even the green apples because they got a bit of acidity, so that will give you a nice flavor as well. But depending on what you're having, so it's not a requirement to use just that kind of apples. It depends everything what you have available, and because sometimes you go to the shop and you don't see the stuff you need, because it happened to me before as well. I've been a few times to the shop to buy those apples and they haven't seen them for a while, so I decided to do the different apples. Okay, the mix is done. Okay, now we're gonna just use the tray and just make sure to spread the butter around. Down to the mold, you can use either one. You can use the round one if you have, with the ring and then the bottom coming out. You know, whatever one you have. Okay, little bit of flour in there. Now you need to do is just to make sure, shake it around. Then the end of the flour you can just throw it in there so you don't waste it. Okay, and now it's done, you can just throw it in there. Just spread all of this, make it nice and flat. Okay, now we have the butter in there, so what we're going to do is just add a little bit of cinnamon, just sprinkle on top. Should be enough. And then you get a little bit of lemon juice and you just squeeze it in there as well. A few drops in there. You can use like a small lemon, or even if it's large lemon, you can use just half of it. Just put some lemon in there because it gives a nice tangy as well, nice flavor. Okay, that should be enough. And now we're just gonna put the apples in here. Maybe just get them around. Or what you can do is just cut a little bit like that, so they will go to ends as well, so you cover everything in there. Then you're gonna do the same on the other side, and you bring it to the middle. Can just go like that. Go one side, go the other, until you go to the end. Should be enough. Now just press them down a little bit so they can get sunk into the batter. If you got any gaps, just try to cover them. There you go. Okay, so now it's done. Now you just get a little bit of sugar and then just drop it on top. So when you're gonna put it in the oven, they'll caramelize and give you a nice flavor as well. We're gonna use a little bit of jelly or jam, whatever you want to do as well at the end. Okay, so now it's ready. We're going to the oven now. The tart, it's done. We took about 20 minutes to 30 minutes to get it cooked, depending on the size of the cake you're doing. Also depending on the oven, what type of oven you're using, if it's gas, if it's electric, if it's fan assisted or not. But this one for me took me about 20 minutes to get it cooked. So now we're just gonna take off the tray, and then we're gonna just glaze it again. Okay, you can get under there, and there we go. And it's done. Now we can get like a little bit of jam or jelly or marmalade, whatever you want. Just mix it 2 tablespoons of the jam with about 4 tablespoons of water, and then you just drizzle on top, so you can just start to give it a nice shiny on top. I mean, you can use icing sugar on top if you want, but I like to do it this way. Then just make sure you cover all the gaps in there, so get it into the middle of the between the slices of the apple in there as well. Then you should do this jam here when the cake is cold, because if you do when it's warm, then later on all this sugar will go hard, and then you get like a glossy, and you don't want that. Okay, and it's done. Okay, now let's check what we just created, see if it's really nice. It should be lovely. Okay, ta-da-da. There we go. And you can have that with the ice cream, or you can whipped cream, clotted cream, whatever you want. But normally, as we eat it in Portugal, I eat it on its own. So I'm gonna have a taste now. It's approved by the chef. Thank you for watching, and subscribe to the channel so you can see more videos coming up. Thank you. I don't believe it. You've been watching the video till the end and you haven't subscribed yet. Come on, hit that subscribe button and the bell so you can be notified of new videos.